August 2005. The workers of Banco Central in Fortaleza started their usual morning shift. But when they opened the heavy steel door to the vault, everything felt wrong. A massive, empty space where millions of banknotes should have been stacked. No alarms had rung. No walls were cracked. No cameras had recorded anything at all. It looked as if the money had evaporated into thin air. But behind this silence was a team of criminals who had planned every step for months with unbelievable patience and precision. This is the story of one of the most intelligent and daring bank robberies the world has ever seen. Months before the heist, the gang rented a small house on a quiet street facing the bank. To keep suspicions low, they created a fake landscaping company, complete with a bright signboard, uniforms, and delivery trucks. Neighbors saw men carrying tools, soil bags, wood, and construction equipment every day. It all looked normal. But the truth was hidden behind the walls. The group was digging a tunnel, inch by inch. They worked in shifts, used fans to push air into the tunnel, and acted like everyday workers whenever someone passed by. They blended so naturally into the neighborhood that nobody ever imagined what was happening right beneath their feet. The tunnel they built was not some rough hole in the ground. It was a fully engineered passage, almost 80 meters long. The men reinforced the walls with wood to prevent collapse, installed electric bulbs for light, and created a ventilation system so they could breathe underground. They even set up small rails with carts to move dirt quietly. Over 3 months, they removed nearly 70 tons of soil without a single complaint from neighbors. They had carefully studied city maps, avoided pipes, cables, and dangerous areas. Every meter they dug brought them closer to the vault floor. And every night they worked with absolute discipline, knowing one mistake could expose everything. After months of digging, they finally reached the exact point below the bank's vault, the only spot in the entire structure not wired with alarms. On a quiet weekend, they started breaking the 1-meter-thick reinforced concrete floor. It took hours of drilling, cutting, and pushing until the final piece cracked open. They lifted themselves into the vault from below, stepping into the most secure room in the building without touching any doors or sensors. It was a moment of victory after endless nights of sweat. Inside the vault, the silence was their greatest weapon. No guards heard anything. They had entered perfectly. Inside the vault were stacks of newly printed banknotes, clean, unmarked, and impossible to trace. The men formed a chain, passing bags of cash through the hole, down the tunnel, and back to the house. They worked non-stop the entire night, loading each cart to the maximum. By sunrise, they had moved 160 million reais, equal to millions of dollars. The amount was so massive that even counting it took time. When morning came, they sealed the tunnel entrance, locked the house, and vanished like smoke. Days later, when the bank staff discovered the loss, the country went into shock. A crime of this size, without violence or alarms, felt unreal. The police launched a massive investigation, but they were already several steps behind. The gang had split the money, left the city, and disappeared into different regions. Some spent too fast and drew attention. Others were betrayed, caught, or killed over disputes. But a large portion of the money was never found, and some key members were never identified. Investigators admitted that the criminals had planned their escape as carefully as their entry, using fake identities, hidden safe houses, and routes that took them far from the crime scene. The case dragged on for years, but the most important question remained: where did most of the stolen cash go? The Banco Central Heist became more than a news story. It became a legend. A robbery executed without a single gunshot, without any confrontation, and without any camera footage. It proved how far intelligence, patience, and teamwork can go when combined with boldness and nerves of steel.